Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rinpoche.
Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Am I audible? The voice clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Zangye cheka zogye chokanglo Chenju bardo dani gebro je Dagye chushe geben sonamage Dola penjire zangye chobara jo Zangye cheka zogye chokanglo Chenju bardo dani gebro je Dagye chushe geben sonamage Dola penjire Zangye Zhubara Sho Zoe Shibiri Joji Mendo Damai Rabai Lishi Yende Moinde Sangye Shindoi Nidye Wai Joy Namai Dai Shilo Jebara Shoidam Guru Rana Menjala Gamne Yandaya Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah. Let me take a look. Yeah. Okay. So today's topic is, as you know, we are going through the book Words of My Perfect Master by Tongkhor Rinpoche, and then on the topic of Guru Yoga, and within which we are talking about accumulating the merit based on the Guru devotion. We already sort of established the topic of how to prepare the field of merit with the Guru in the center, with the lineage gurus around them, etc., etc. And now, once we have the field of merit, everything being prepared, placed before us, now what we do is we engage in practice. So, out of many practices, out of the thousands of practices that was proposed by Buddha Shakyamuni, the one which we are going to cover today is known as the 7-limb practice, or 7 branches of practice, sometimes called 7 branches of offering. So in any way, we are going to cover that. The 7-limb practice is prostration, making offerings, making confession, making rejoicing the good deeds, then to ask the noble ones to live a long life, to give a teaching, Dhamma teaching, and then to request them to have a long life, and then to dedication. So these are the 7 limb. So the page 317 on the English book. So please refer to the same on your language that you are following. So the first few lines are very important. So the whole text is important, but the first few lines, it tells us significance of the Vajrayana teachings. And this is something that we convey during the initiation and empowerment a lot. So yeah, so first we will read this line. In Buddhism, when we talk about Buddhism, we just simplify the whole thing into one big chunk of the Buddha's teaching. But then the Buddha's teaching can be separated into many segments. So generally, there's the segment known as the what we call the common teachings. The common teachings or sometimes we call that the Prajnaparamita teachings. So what we usually refer to as the Theravada type of teaching, or Hinayana teaching, or Mahayana teaching, in general, all these belong to the common teachings. And then there is an uncommon aspect, which is usually referred to as, in the Dhamma text, Vajrayana, or Tantric Buddhism. So there are three main important points or significance of the Vajrayana is specified. So this is there's a tantric text called the root lines. So from which there is this line. So that was actually taken from the root lines. So anyway, so it says that the Vajrayana teaching has many methods and can be accomplished without great hardships. And it is intended for those with sharper faculties or higher faculties, or basically intelligent ones. So what people will usually think is, okay, why you say there are many methods in the Vajrayana teachings? In the common teachings, like in the Mahayana teachings, in the Theravada teachings, there is also a lot of practices. There is doing prostrations, doing meditation, doing physical training, so many types of making mandala offering, so many types of different types of methods of practices are there. Methods of accomplishing the ultimate goal is there. So why you say this is very specific to the Vajrayana teachings? Making offerings, confession, all these thing practices are there, like the 7-limb practice that we are going to talk about today. So all types of practices are there. But the thing is that all the practices that is specified in the common yana or the common teachings of the Buddha is all the positive, the so-called positive things that we have to accumulate, like making offerings, doing good things to people, this and that. So basically, things that we commonly perceive to be good, right? These are what we have to accumulate. And all the paths that is specified in the common teachings is based on the good side, okay? Only on the good side. Whereas in the Vajrayana teachings, even the bad side can also be picked up, taken up as part of the practice. So for that matter, when you balance the two, the good and the bad in your life, a lot of us has more of the bad side than the good side, like anger, attachment, jealousy, all these things are so much plenty. Rejoicing, appreciation, even though we talk about it all the time, it's not that easy to come by. Okay? So because the negative side is more within us, so also the Vajrayana teaches us how to utilize the negative side within us. So therefore, the Vajrayana has more ways and methods than the common teachings. So because we use the negative side, which we have more in proportion than to the positive side, so therefore the Vajrayana path has more methods than the Sutrayana path, the non-Vajrayana teachings. For example, if someone asks you to bring gold to buy food, then you will have hard time getting enough food because you may not have enough gold. But if someone tells you, if you bring me garbage, I can give you food. So food in lieu of garbage versus food in lieu of gold, right? So there's the difference. So Vajrayana teaches you how to utilize the garbage in order to get more food. So the 3 points, the first one is many methods, multiple methods. Second one is ease of preparing or ease of practicing. Then the third one is for the higher intellect, right? Yeah. So the second one, which is ease of finding or ease of practicing, is followed by it follows right after the first one, which is turning the negative into the positive. So the example, same analogy, the garbage. So the garbage is something that we have plenty. We don't have to go far to look for garbage. To look for gold, we have to dig and all this thing. But for garbage, we can find right in our homes, right? So therefore, so for that reason, it is not that difficult to find the tools and the tools to tools for your practices to accumulate your merit and all these things, to purify everything. All the tools are readily available within your home, within yourself. So therefore, it is easy to practice. And one more thing is that because it's easier to find, it takes less time to find the garbage. Similarly, Vajrayana actually accelerates the duration, the journey from the current state to the enlightenment. So what is normally recounted as three. So there is a number in the Tibetan numerical system called countless. So basically you put 60 zeros, and that is what is known as countless number. So after that, then the actual countless number comes up. So so what happens is, in general Buddhism, in the non-Vajrayana Buddhism, it takes 3 countless eons to become a Buddha. So think of that like, okay, just for simply to understand, think of this as 300,000 billion years, or 300,000 billion. Yeah, just to simplify. Yeah, even though it's much more than that, this is how long it takes for one to become a Buddha. So, what takes 300,000 billion years? Okay, simply. In the non-Vajrayana practice, non-Vajrayana path takes about 1 lifetime or 7 lifetimes. Or to be precise, if you do properly everything, then it takes 3 years to become fully enlightened Buddha, if you follow the Vajrayana path properly. Logically, the 3 significance of the Vajrayana teaching, right? Multiple methods, ease of practicing, and then sharp faculty. So it's logical that in order to turn our garbage into gold, sell garbage as gold, basically utilize the garbage as something useful, you have to be really, really sharp. You have to have entrepreneurial skills. Otherwise, you cannot sell this idea, or you cannot utilize a garbage as a gold, right? So you have to have really sharp faculties to be able to fully utilize the Vajrayana path. Sharp faculty does not only mean you have big ideas. Okay, a lot of us have big ideas. I want to make this and this and that. So we all have different kind of big ideas. Sharp faculty means someone who has the big idea and also the method to materialize those big ideas, and also need to have the courage to go forward with those big ideas, no matter whatever everyone else around you are saying about this. So basically, you have to be non-conventional. If you try the old trodden path, then you will always remain within that same circle. So therefore, sharp faculty means the brevity, the courage to go beyond what is ordinary. So a Vajrayana student must have that faculty. So Vajrayana itself has many different levels, many different levels, different paths, different levels, you can say, different sets of profundity. And the most profound one sometimes we call the highest of all the Vajrayana teachings, is what is known as the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, or highest Yoga Tantra, which we usually say in English, Anuttara Yoga Tantra. In Tibetan, we say Lame. So And the essence of the Anuttara Yoga Tantra has, like any other Vajrayana teachings, practices, it has recitation of the mantra, meditating on the deity, the mandala, etc. So many different practices are there. But the essence, the very core practice of Anuttara Yoga Tantra is none other than Guru Yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in order to practice Guru devotion, Guru Yoga, and also in order to accumulate great amount of merit. Okay, of course, we can accumulate amount of merit from making offerings to the Buddhas, giving alms to the poor, and all this thing. But the most effective way of accumulating merit is by engaging in the seven limb practice, the seven limb which we are going to talk about today. Okay, towards your guru, your deity, and the mandala. So the first of the seven limb practice, seven branches or seven limb is prostration. So for this practice, visualize. So I will just read through the book and then add a few words here and there. So for this practice, you have to visualize that you are emanating hundreds of thousands. So basically, imagine that you are emanating, you are manifesting hundreds of thousands of bodies. So it's not just for yourself, but hundreds of thousands of. So basically, visualize like that is more easier. So you just visualize that you are emanating 10 you. Okay, let's say Tongkhor Rinpoche, that's very easy. So 10 Tongkhor Rinpoches coming from my body. Those 10 Tongkhor Rinpoches emanating 10 more Tongkhor Rinpoches. And they are emanating 10 more Tongkhor, like 100 more, 1,000 more, 10,000 more, like that. So basically, there are hundreds of thousands of Tongkhor Rinpoches who is making the prostrations towards the Guru, like that. So while doing so, basically, it fills the whole of space, all the universe. Then as you practice, for this particular practice, you are reciting the mantra or the lines, Shri, I prostrate, emanating as many bodies as there are particles of dust in the whole universe. So like that. So when we do the Ngondro, the 500,000 recitation and all these things, the Ngondro practices, and the 500,000 preliminaries, and when we do that, we usually combine the prostrations, so the prostration and the refuge together. So we say, I take refuge to the Buddha, I take refuge to the Dhamma, to the Sangha, like that. While we are saying that, thinking that, we are also doing the prostration at the same time, like that. So therefore, the prostration and the refuge are combined together. So when you finish one, you finish the other. So basically, two of the 500,000 preliminaries were done together, generally, by combining the refuge and the prostration together. But here, when we talk about the seven limb practice, you don't have to join this practice, prostration, with the refuge itself. You can do it with other practices. So in this particular practice, you are doing the prostration based on Guru Yoga. Basically, with your Guru devotion, you are focusing on the Guru devotion rather than the taking refuge in the triple gem, etc. So all your focus should be on Guru Yoga itself. So it's also important during the prostrations that your mind, body, and speech, basically the whole of your being, should be together, to be there, to be present. Otherwise, if your mind is distracted, or you're not reciting the proper mantra, or your body is not doing the proper mudra, the gestures, then things will not go the right way. And then, okay, so yeah, then with your what you should do with your mind, the mind should be totally focused on the Guru, that you are doing this prostration with all the sentient beings, with your close ones, such as your parents, your children, your friends, your most beloved ones near you, and then all the other sentient beings beside you, basically making the prostration to the to the guru. Hmm? Then more very important thing is that you have to rely with respect and with devotion and with total reliance and surrender to the object of refuge, which is your guru. That is of utmost importance. Devotion, reliance, surrender. Uh, Now I will tell you, yeah, this is very important. Without surrender means to give up or to give in, to give everything, uh, to basically your whole being to the guru. So that is of utmost importance. The more stronger your guru devotion is, the more effective your practice will be, to whether it's a practice of accumulating merit or whether it's a practice of purifying negativities. The stronger the guru devotion is, the stronger the reliance, the stronger the surrender is, the stronger the devotion is, the more effective the purification and the accumulation will be. When you prostrate to someone, you are basically lowering your body, which is a form of respect. Or in many forms, it's in many tradition or many custom, it's a form of surrendering. Then, as you do a proper prostration, you kneel down, your knees on the floor, your hand also on the floor, and your head also on the floor beside the person to whom you are prostrating. So it's a form of devotion, respect, and it's also a form of surrendering. If you read all the historical books, or maybe it's the movies, whenever there is a two group fighting and one loses and they surrender, they would usually kneel down, they would usually bow down. So it's a form of surrendering. So prostration is a form of surrendering towards your guru, towards the refuge field, etc. And by doing so, you are actually attacking your ego. So for that reason, the book, which is I usually refer to, I refer to it always as Words of My Perfect Master. So there are some translation, it says My Perfect Teacher. The book that we are holding, I think this particular translation is translated as the Words of My Perfect Teacher, but I use master instead of teacher, because sometimes you use master as well. The main reason for that is, a lot of time master and teacher were used um, interchangeably, but master, the reason why the current translator for this book did not use master is because master has the connotation of being someone over you, right? Being superior to you. Master has the connotation of being being a ruler, being the superior, being someone above you. And so the current translators, of course, they are Westerners, so they're reserved about how to translate that in the proper way. As I told you last time, I said last time also that when they translate, you cannot just translate the words. You have to also translate uh, the traditional background, the custom of the language. So all the languages carry not just word, but sort of a custom behind it as well. So that is not brought in, because we are talking about devotion to the guru, and devotion to the guru, the surrendering to the guru is of utmost importance. So for that reason, it's more appropriate to translate as the words of my perfect master. So a master, so this is, has the resonance of master and slave. The master is ruling over the slave, this kind of, so there's a negative connotation. That's why they did not use master. But I believe it should be used because it has the connotation of surrendering, superiority, and all these things. By using that word, you can actually have the significance of the word guru or lama that way. So for So anyway, the words of my perfect master. The word teacher does not carry the same weight as the word guru or the lama does. So so for that reason we use that. And then by using the word master for someone who comes from a Western background, it will be not easy, inconvenient. Okay, and that inconvenient is necessary from my perspective. You have to be inconvenienced. When you are doing the Dhamma practice, you have to be inconvenienced in such cases. For example, if you tell a smoker, a chain smoker, not to smoke, it will be very inconvenient to hear for them. An alcoholic, tell them not to drink wine, beer, whatever, inconvenient. Meat eater, don't eat meat, inconvenient, right? Someone who abuses their partners, if you tell them don't abuse your partner, you will feel inconvenient. But you have to be inconvenienced to become right, to be rightened from the wrong. You have to be inconvenienced. So for that reason, words of my perfect master. Okay, that's the mental part. Total devotion, total surrender, total reliance, right? Now we come to the physical part, the gesture, the mudras. Yeah. So the first of all is how to hold your hands. So the two palms are facing together, facing each other like this, but it should not be flatly faced like this. It should also not be like this, touching only the tips, not like that. Basically, you have to fold your thumb inside, both thumb inside, and then do like this. So your hand may be a little bit, not that flexible, but you try your best to do like that. So two incorrect way, one correct way. Two incorrect way, first is to do it just like this, touching the tip, incorrect. Secondly, just flat-headed like this, incorrect.
Yeah.
So this is incorrect according to the Buddhist teachings. It is not incorrect in general. In India, this is how you greet people all the time. Namaste, that's how you do it. It originates from the Hindu teachings and it dates back to thousands of years, maybe predating Buddhism. So when the Lord Buddha came to teach, amongst his many other teachings, the way he conveyed his disciples to make the prostration, he said it should be like this. So by making this kind of shape, it looks like a precious stone. So precious stone is different in different different cultures, but in India and also in India, a lot of the precious stones. So there's something called a wish fulfilling jewel, chintamani. Whatever you wish, it comes true. So that wish fulfilling jewel and many of the gems of that kind actually is shaped like this. Isn't it like odd irony that thousands of years ago, in the Buddhist teaching, in the Hindu teachings, basically in the scriptures, they said the money makes all wish come true, and in today's time, money makes things come true. A lot of things come true. So, yeah. Anyway, so it has to look like a money. Okay, it has to look like a precious gem. So this is a reminder for us that what we are doing is something precious. The person whom you are prostrating to is precious. This opportunity is precious. Our life itself is precious. We don't get to have human lifetime always. So this opportunity, this human precious life, this precious guru, all this precious thing, I will keep myself notified at all times. I will remember this at all times, and I will utilize this opportunity to the best of my abilities. if you have time next, if you have, yeah, if you have more, if you're, it's convenient, next time when you visit a temple, visit observe the mudra, the gesture of Chenrezig. So the forearm Chenrezig, thousand arm Chenrezig, the main two hands is actually folded in like this, folding like this, and within his hands is holding the Chintamani, the wish fulfilling gem is within his hand like this. More or less. So there are some lines here. I will not read the lines. It's basically talking about the significance of making a prostration. So what we come to, so the placement of the hand. So we have the hand that we already know the gesture, the mudra is like this. So where we place the hand, in which part of your body do you place your hand? Just at the center or where? So there are 3 or 4 points. 3 or 4, okay? 3 or 4. I will explain later. 3 or 4 points to place your hand when you do the prostrations.
Yeah.
So if you do 3, it's your crown, the top of your head, then your throat, and then your heart. Just 3. Okay. That signifies the body, the speech, and the mind. Then, which is okay. So basically, that means purify my mind, body, speech, my impure mind, body, and speech. Also transform my impure mind, body, and unenlightened mind, body, and speech into the same level or the statehood of your enlightened mind, body, and speech. So your meaning, the triple gem, the teacher, etc. But which is something that is more common in the Tibetan tradition is we have 4, which is the first one is Guru or Lama. Lama like I take refuge to the Guru. Then on your forehead here, I take refuge to the Buddha. Then on the throat, I take refuge to the Dharma. And then at the heart, I take refuge to the Sangha. So Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So in Tibetan, any Tibetan institution you go, any Tibetan in Tibetan practice, always 4 point. Because when you do the prostration to the Guru and to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, the Guru encompasses. The Guru is a Buddha, enlightened being. The Guru has the quality of the Sangha. And the teaching of the Guru is the Dharma. So within the Guru, there's the teaching, all 3 are in there. So when you are doing the Guru, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, you're not actually separating the Guru from the triple gem. It seems like it's separating, but it's not. And there lies the complexity. So by making it look like different, it will confuse you. The reason it makes it confusing for you is so that your mind will stay alert. Otherwise, you'll say, "Oh, okay, this is the normal thing," and you just do it the way it's being done, right? So when you do something that seems seemingly odd, seemingly non-conventional, then you actually have to think, right? If you are a right-handed person and I tell you to write with your left hand, then you will have to focus totally. If I tell you to write your name with your right hand, it comes very easy. You can just do it without even thinking. But if I tell you to write with your left hand, you will have to focus more. So that's why, even though Guru is the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha altogether, but to bring our attention in, it's correct, purposefully, intentionally separated, even though it's not separated. So 4 points or 3 points to be placed. So both are not wrong. Okay, you can do 3, which is also appropriate. This is done by all the other Buddhist cultures. Then 4 points, which is done specifically in the Tibetan Buddhism. So both are not wrong. If you know the meaning behind, you can do either of them. Okay. If you don't know the meaning, then of course 3 and 4 are 2 different things. right? So three does not make four. Four is not three. That's for sure. But if you know the meaning behind, then three can become four. Four can become three. Okay. Have some water, Mr. Hong. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Hmm. So yeah, that's the thing. Now, on your body, there are four parts. So then when you make the prostration, where do you place your parts of your body? Which part of your body to the ground, to the floor, right? So basically, 5 points of your body should touch the floor, the ground. Mm.
Yeah,
So the 5 points is forehead, one, two palms, and the two knees. Mm.
yeah,
So that actually represents transformation of the five negative uh, energy within us to the five wisdom bodies of the Buddha. So five negative energy or five negative emotion, you call it. Basically, it's the three poison, the anger, attachment, and ignorance, plus ego and jealousy. Now coming to a very important part, everybody listen carefully. So we talk about surrender, and I can understand many of you have reservation about that. Surrender, how you surrender, why you surrender, all these things. Why should I surrender to someone else? All these things. But now, if you come to this point where we talk about the five negative energies within us, so when you do the prostration, you put down the two hands, the forehead, and the knees down. Your jealousy, your attachment, your anger, your ignorance, your ego down. So what it means is, we talked about this earlier about the Vajrayana teaching about turning the garbage into gold. So your garbage, the five main garbage within you, the ego, the attachment, the jealousy, this thing, they are being surrendered to the Guru, to the Triple Gem, like that. So when you are surrendering, it means you are surrendering your ego, surrendering your negative emotions, negative energy within you. That is what you are surrendering. When someone has when in the battlefield, the victor and the loser has to give his what do you call that, the helmet, right? The helmet, the sword, the shield, whatever, to the victor, right? So I give up. I told you surrendering. Guru devotion means to surrender. Guru devotion means to give up everything. Give up everything means give up all those negative energy, negative uh, energy, force, whatever within you, to the Guru, to the refuge field. So just like your mentor with your parents, someone your mentor will tell you to give up smoking, give up alcohol, give up gambling, give up abusing others, like that. Similarly, saying give up ego, give up attachment, etc. So basically, you are giving all those up by doing the prostration.
yeah,
Now, when you take refuge, do the prostration, so you do the like this, take refuge to the Guru, to the Buddha, to the Dharma, to the Sangha, and then you go down. So when you go down, you touch your knees and your palm, and then your head to the ground, like that. So there's one question pop up asking whether your hands palm should face up at parallel to the floor or down. So you should the hands should face down. Okay,
yeah,
the palm should touch and face the floor. So doing that, then after that you come up and do it. So usually you would do it at least 3 times. So in general, there are many ways of doing prostration, and that is okay. You do it your own customary way. But during the 7 nim practice, try to do it this particular way, because that is the lineage instruction. So for example, in Vietnamese tradition, you do the prostration palms down and then palms up, right? So that it has a significance of its own. It has a cultural significance, and that should not be changed just because you are, so it should not be changed randomly, right? That should be kept. That culture should be continued and kept. That's it. Yeah. Like you go to a temple or you see your teacher, whatever, and then you do your natural way. The thing that is more natural and closer to you, that is the best one. Okay. But when you are doing the Ngondo practice, when you're doing the 7 limb practice, then do it the proper way as it should be.
Yeah.
Like using a chopstick to eat noodle is okay, but you cannot use chopstick to eat soup, like soup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the main thing. I will do a demonstration later, and so you can ask question after this. If you have question, just get ready.
Yeah.
It's very important when you're doing the prostration, go down. You go down slowly. Okay, go down slowly, and coming up, come up fast. So why do this? So it's not specified in this book particularly, but in general, this is how we should do the Tibetan prostration. Go down slowly, come up fast. Go down slowly, come up fast. Go to the lower realms slowly, slowly, or not at all.
Yeah.
Come up from the lower realms fast as you can.
Yeah.
So it has some significance. So when you do it, you do it properly, like not too fast, not too slow, etc. Just do it. And then once you've come up, you have to straighten your back. Every time, straighten your back. I will show a demonstration later. So you have to straighten your back. Like if you just do it like this and then do it like this, like that, it becomes a shortcut, right? So it says in the sutras that by doing so, because you do prostration, you because of the karma, the positive karma from doing a prostration, you may be born as a human being, but because you did the prostration in the shortcut way, by crooked, bent back, so when you take the human life in the future, even though you have a human life, you will be born with a hunchback.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah. There is something called long prostration and short prostration, which is not specified in this book particularly. So I will explain later about this. In the Whether you do the long prostration or the short prostration, the most important thing is the 5 points should touch. If 5 point is touched, then it is a complete prostration.
Yeah.
So basically, when you do the prostration, you are giving up, you are surrendering the 5 poisons, the 5 vices, whatever you may call it, your negative habits, you are giving them up. So therefore, when you do the prostration, you should have a very pure and benevolent mindset, of course. And then after making the prostration, after practicing the prostrations, there should be some significant changes, some slight changes within you. Okay, by giving up, by giving up attachment, by surrendering your attachment, you should become a little bit more generous than you were before doing the prostration. Okay, you should be less angry after giving up anger. You should be less jealous after giving up jealousy, etc. That is the outcome of Dharma practice. Otherwise, you're just parroting, you're copying. Tape record and video camera can do better than you. Copy everything that is being said, right? Humans cannot remember that clearly. Video camera will record and remember everything. To conclude, I will tell you some benefits of the prostration, some exciting stories. So it is said that during the Buddha's time, one monk, one bhikshu, one fully ordained monk was doing a prostration, and then
Yeah.
So
Okay.
then,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
during prostration, and I was checking who was that. So it's Ananda. Okay, I was checking whether Shariputra or Ananda. So then Ananda asked Buddha that the person who is doing the prostration, what is the purpose? What is the benefit? And the Buddha said, the purpose is from wherever that person is doing the prostration, from there, that place, that ground, to all the way to the core of earth, right? However many particles of atoms there are, the same amount of merit will be accumulated. Basically, hundreds of thousands of merits being accumulated that way. Now, another thing is that of all the physical aspect of the Buddha, physical aspect, okay, physical, the face, the eyes, ear, everything, of all the physical aspect of the Buddha, the most difficult to achieve, the most number of merit it takes to accumulate, to accomplish, to have, to furnish, is the tip of his head, the Ushnisha, okay, the tip of the crown, sometimes it's called. So the crown of the Buddha's head. And the cause and conditions for acquiring the crown of the Buddha is doing proper prostrations to the noble beings.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will conclude here for today. This is about prostration, and then I will open up for Q&As. So I think there are already one or two questions here.
Yeah.
Okay, no question. Yeah. So the first question is, if you are unable to move, then how can you do the prostration? So very good question, practical question. So the thing is, there is verbal prostration, mental prostration, and physical prostrations. So if you can slightly move, you can do the hand gesture. But if you cannot move at all, like if you are, you know, paralyzed or like that, then what you can do is you can do mental prostration. Mentally, you can manifest doing the prostration as just as described right now, or not or, okay, and additionally, we will do the prostration in the verbal sense. Lamala chancelo, Sangela chancelo, like, so in your own language, you can do that, right? I prostrate to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, that like that. Yeah. For this so I will do a demo now because as we wait for other question. So I will be reciting the mantra. I will share some mantra later, but for most commonly used mantra line is I take refuge to the Guru, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, like Lama Lakip Sucho, Sangha Lakip Sucho, Lakip. That because I'm Tibetan, I recite in Tibetan. So you can do it in your own language, which is more natural to you.
Yeah.
I will do a demo here.
Yeah. We can see now, Rinpoche.
All right, good. Okay. So I will do what I usually do. So for example, I come in like this, then I will so I try to come up as fast as I can. But as you can see, it's not easy for me. So I will, Lama like Sanya like I will do it this way now. I go a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Try to come up as fast as I can. If you're tired and if you want to rest, you can rest like this and do some prayer, devotion, this and that. So this is one way of doing the prostration. This is the short, the short prostration. Short. I will do without. So I will do the long prostration now. Lama like this, like this. So can you see me?
Rinpoche, we can't see you.
Okay. Okay, just wait. I don't know what happened. Okay. Good?
Yeah. We can see now.
Okay. Okay. So you see my back straight and everything? You can see me, right? I extend my arms as far as I can. I extend my arms. I extend my arms as far
Yeah.
as far
Yeah.
as. Then I can do like this. Just so at the end, when I reach to the furthest extent of my hand, I can just raise it up a little bit like this. Basically,
Yeah.
you are trying to do this, but you cannot do it, right? So you are just thinking you are doing this. The prostration mudra.
Yeah.
So when you extend it, so you
Yeah.
just do it. Just raise it up is okay. You are
Yeah.
actually trying to
Tức
do
là
this, but you cannot. Just
yeah.
raise it. Some people choose to do like when they're like this. Some people choose to go like this. When they reach the furthest extent of their arms, then they go like this. I will show you. So just small or wrong. So both of them are right, not wrong. So I'll tell you now the wrong steps. This is wrong. I'm not touching the 4 or 3 points here properly. I'm not touching the 5 points to the floor properly. And I didn't come up straight. See, I'm just like this.
Vâng.
Yeah, that's wrong. So normally, if you're doing it on depending on the surface, you may need some gloves or something to smoothen your prostration like that. This is an example, okay? So usually if you wear a glove, it slides more smoothly.
Yeah.
Depends, yeah.
Là so.
Basically, you want to slide smoothly. That is the purpose. Especially if you're doing 100,000 times, you don't want to take it forever. So three short, so I do the short prostration first. The short one. Lama Mayam Pachuo. I take prostration to the Guru, the Buddha.
Con xin quy đấng đạo sư, con xin quy Phật, con xin quy Pháp, con xin quy Tăng.
Straight.
Thân của chúng ta phải thẳng.
Then the last one, when you are done, Lama Mayam Pachuo, Sanya Mayam Pachuo, Trevor, Hindu Mayam Pachuo, and stay here and pray whatever you have to pray. Then you can pray like this, or kneel down, or sit down, whatever is okay. I'll show you an example. If you are counting the number of prostrations you take, then you have a rosary like this.
Khi mà chúng ta muốn đếm cái túc số lễ lạy của chúng ta thì chúng ta dùng cái
like that, then you take one round, like
và chúng ta
or you can have those small counters. You count it like the digital counter. It makes your job much easier. So either way, short or long, you are touching four points on the body, and then 2 points, 4 points, and 5 points on the floor. So that's my exercise for the whole week. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Any questions? No questions.
Yeah, Rinpoche people highly appreciate your very details explanation on how to prostrate Rinpoche.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for your attention and your time. So now we conclude and we do the dedication now. Okay.
Yeah.
Jawa Jejang Malu Bangegi Sala Gobara Shoy Chanjo Semjo Rimboch Maye Panama Ge Yuroj Geba Nyamba Mebara Yang Kone Kondo Pewara Shoy Me Zive Tere Chen Chen One boy, John, bồi mọi thứ cho mọi dễ sanh nguyện đạo con trên kim rồi kiến rồi khó lại sai trái về sai lại soi hoài đêm lại sai trái về sai lại soi hoài đêm
Im.
Bo zin ben ben an xin na ma do ju ben la chan chu lo san te ye jam ze cho gun ten gen do den dam ba la so de
Bà hay tắt trở lại lắm. Bà hay tắt tăng từ ra lắm.
Đây này,
Ha.
tím tím.
Vâng.
Không nhìn mặt được. Bật camera và nằm như này à? Nghe ông thầy phải nằm như này.
Ồ, chú này quen quen.
Hơn lên.
Pháp chứ. Chú gì?
Okay.
Thank you very
Okay,
much,
thank you
Rinpoche.
everyone. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much,
Thank you.
Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Rinpoche. Thank you,
Thank
Hưng.
you.
Cảm ơn Hưng
Thank
nhiều.
you.
Vâng ạ, cảm ơn